teachers, farmers, bankers, and even an aspiring opera singer now volunteering for basic training in Warsaw.
Thousands of troops have marched in Poland's Armed Forces Day parade.
This was Warsaw's largest military parade in almost 3 decades.
The balance of power in Europe has been constantly changing. However, this time, Poland is becoming Europe's powerhouse as the country doubles its military personnel and invests billions of dollars in arms. Considering the war in Ukraine, Poland has been expanding its geopolitical ambitions in the region. So watch this video to learn more about Poland's military, economic, and geopolitical renaissance. Do you know that less than 1% of our viewers have subscribed to the channel? So before we move ahead, please like the video and subscribe, as it helps the YouTube algorithm to push our videos to you. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1. Poland's ambitious military buildup. It's not a secret that Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine triggered security concerns in all European countries. However, Poland, which neighbors Ukraine, felt the need to expand its military capabilities the most. Just recently, the leaders of the ruling party, Law and Justice, reiterated that Poland will have the strongest army in Europe within the next 2 years. This is due to their major modernization of their existing equipment and the significant reinforcement of their troops. At the beginning of the year, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki said Poland would raise its defense spending to 4% of its GDP, significantly higher than the average 2% across NATO countries. According to the official plans, the country's army is planned to grow to 250,000 professional soldiers and at least 50,000 personnel, making it the largest land army in the EU. In 2023, Poland is expected to have the highest defense spending among the NATO member states in Central and Eastern Europe. The allocated budget for this purpose is over $29 billion, a 204% increase compared to 2012. Warsaw has signed deals worth $6 billion to purchase 350 M1 Abrams tanks from the United States. Additionally, the U.S. State Department has approved the purchase of 96 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters equipped with a range of weapons, including Hellfire anti-tank missiles, Stinger air-to-air missiles, and the Joint Air-to-Ground missile. This would make Poland the second largest operator of Apache helicopters after the U.S. Also, the U.S. State Department approved a staggering $10 billion sale of 18 HIMARS for Poland in February. Significantly, the deal includes 45 M57 Army tactical missile systems, long-range guided rockets. In July of last year, Poland agreed to buy tanks, artillery pieces, and fighter jets from South Korea. This deal marks the largest arms export in South Korean history, with the estimated total cost of the weapons ranging from $15 to $20 billion. The shopping list includes almost 1,000 tanks of K2 MBTs. All 180 K2s from the first batch, valued at €3 billion, will be delivered by 2025. Additional tanks will follow, consisting of 820 that will be built locally from 2026 onwards. The first 10 K2s arrived in Poland in early December 2022 via the seaport of Gdynia. Chapter 2. Poland's geopolitical significance. Situated at a critical crossroads, Poland serves as a pivotal point in the continent's balance of power. Under American influence, Poland has become a frontier outpost in the face of Russian influence. With the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Poland seeks to fill the power vacuum and reshape its role in the region. It cannot be denied that Poland played the most crucial role in the decision of Germany and the United States to send tanks to Ukraine. Poland's extensive experience with Russian imperialism, both in its Tsarist and Soviet forms, has enabled it to lead in the European response to Putin's invasion. Politicians in Warsaw have been warning Europe of the growing threat posed by a resurgent and revisionist Russia ever since Poland joined the European Union in 2004. The Poles have been particularly concerned about the deepening ties between Berlin and Moscow, and have been vocal opponents of German partnership in Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. They've warned that the pipeline would allow Putin to bypass Ukraine's gas transit system and expose the country to a full-scale invasion while leaving the whole of Europe vulnerable to Russia energy blackmail. Chapter 3. Poland's economic transformation. Apart from the military might, Poland's economic capabilities have significantly risen. The removal of the Iron Curtain on the night of the 9th of November 1989 revealed some of the most profound differences between neighboring countries ever recorded in history. The GDP per capita gap between Poland and soon-to-be united Germany was 10-1. However, Poland has emerged as a clear winner of the previous era, having tripled its economy with one of the fastest growth rates in the world since the era's beginning. In terms of capital resources, Poland has experienced rapid GDP growth and ranks as the EU's sixth largest economy. According to the McKinsey report, Poland 2025, Europe's new growth engine, Poland is the fourth largest country in the European Union in terms of arable land, following France, Spain, and Germany. As urbanization continues to increase in Western Europe, Poland's vast cultivated land areas make it an attractive food supplier for Europe. Many Polish companies have invested in modern production line infrastructure, particularly dairy, meat, frozen food, and beverages. They are leading the way for others to follow, as the potential market is immense. 200 million EU citizens are within a 1,000-kilometer radius of Poland's borders. Poland has a unique advantage in serving as a significant food production and processing hub for Europe. Economists predict that by 2030, Poland will surpass the UK's GDP, thanks to a post-communist economic miracle and because the country has become a hotbed for future-facing industries, such as battery manufacturing and tech. Poland has a thriving tech industry, with a total of 60,000 tech companies, including 10 companies that have achieved a valuation of $1 billion without being listed on the stock market. Chapter 4. Poland's Geopolitical Strategy. Given Poland's geographic location, the country needs to ensure strong alliances to prevent any military threats from Russia. It's highly likely that Poland will maintain and promote bilateral strategic cooperation with the US. Since the early 1990s, Poland has become the closest ally of America, with some geopolitical experts calling Poland America's protege in Central and Eastern Europe. In return, after Washington firmly decided to continue NATO enlargement eastward, Poland received security guarantees that it craved since the late 18th century. Also, Poland has been pushing for a trilateral pact with the UK and Ukraine just weeks before Russia invaded Ukraine. In early 2022, the Prime Minister of Poland expressed his concern about the perceived threat posed by Russia. He likened the situation to living at the foot of a volcano due to their proximity to Russia. Additionally, he announced that Ukraine would receive artillery ammunition, mortars, mobile air defense systems, and drones, which was a first step in Poland's endeavor to increase Ukraine's military capabilities. Of course, let's not forget the 3 Cs initiative, founded in 2016 by Polish President Andrzej Duda and his former Croatian counterpart, is a platform for economic cooperation among 12 Central European EU countries. The initiative spans from the Baltic Sea to the Adriatic and Black Seas, running along a north-south axis. It aims to promote regional connectivity, infrastructure development, and energy security. The initiative recently has been gaining traction, with Greece joining it. Lastly, Poland continues to develop and strengthen the defense capabilities of the countries that make up the V4: Hungary, Czechia, and Slovakia. Chapter 5. Challenges and Uncertainties. Poland is facing a growing threat from Russia, prompting its military to undertake unprecedented procurement measures. These measures present both opportunities and challenges that cannot be underestimated. While Poland has a chance to significantly boost its combat capabilities and position within NATO, many questions remain unanswered. It's important to note that although expenses have been planned for years, they will still pose a significant financial burden on a country that is relatively poor and facing weakness in critical sectors such as healthcare and education. To make the modernization process more efficient, the Polish government has decided to extend the planning period from 10 to 15 years. 110 billion euros have been allocated for the programs, a record amount. At the end of the day, only time will show how overspending on military equipment and growing dependence on the United States will play out for Poland's pursuit of great power status. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future uploads. Thank you, and bye for now.